What happens when basketball rivalries turn into real hatred? Some of these NBA stars didn't just compete, they built grudges that have lasted and are still being held onto. In this video, we're looking at some of the fiercest NBA feuds that went even beyond the court. From intense on-court banter to off-court harsh comments, these rivalries weren't just about winning, they were about some serious hard feelings. So what happens when things go beyond competition and get personal? Let's dive in and find out. James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The rivalry between James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo is not just mere sports rivalry, it's clearly personal, with each person trying to prove he is better. It was back in the 2018-2019 season when this all started heating up. Harden had already proven himself, winning the MVP in 2018. Giannis, though, was coming into his own, showing the world why he deserved to be the face of the league. When Giannis won MVP in June 2019, Harden was not happy, even commenting that he deserved it. His fans also didn't think it was a fair judgment. The Houston Rockets even tweeted that Harden had a historic season and deserved the award. Another moment that led to the ugly rivalry that we have today came during the 2020 All-Star Game draft. When Giannis chose Kemba Walker over Harden, he stated that his reason was that he preferred a teammate who would pass rather than one who only scores. Now, that wasn't just a random comment, it hit where it hurt. People have criticized Harden for being too focused on scoring, and Giannis basically called that out in front of everyone. Harden didn't let it slide. He fired back, saying that, quote, "I wish I could just run and be 7 feet tall and dunk. That doesn't take much skill." That shot was aimed directly at Giannis, pointing out that his game relied more on size than skill. That wasn't just a jab, it was a direct hit. A lot of people have said that Giannis relies too much on size and strength. This statement is abominable for a professional player of any sport, and Harden just affirmed it. This is what led to things getting ugly between these two players, and you can literally feel the tension in their game, that their on-court matchups were never just a game. In one of their matchups in March 2020, the Bucks played the Rockets, and they targeted Harden's defense on purpose. They kept going at him, forcing him into tough spots, trying to exploit his weaknesses. It wasn't just strategy, it felt personal. But Harden responded by hitting several three-pointers, and every time he made a shot, he'd stare down the Bucks bench, making it clear this wasn't just basketball to him also. Things are not different off the court. Giannis doesn't engage much, but when asked about Harden, he's quick to brush him off. He once said, quote, "He's just another player." Harden, on the other hand, doesn't have much to say about Giannis either. But when asked, he always shifts the focus back to himself, responding with something like, "I focus on what I can control." Here's the thing, both Harden and Giannis have said they're not holding grudges. Giannis told a reporter in February 2020, quote, "I'm not trying to take shots at anyone, I just play the game." Harden also claimed he respects Giannis' skills, saying his earlier comments were just about basketball. But we all know that actions speak louder than words, because every time they play, you can feel the tension tangibly. Are these players ever going to cool off? From the looks of things, I don't think so. What do you think? Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook. Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook's rivalry is a clash of personalities. When you see these two face off, you can tell they were meant to clash. The backstory to the rivalry was in December 2017. Their two teams had a serious face-off with each other during a marathon triple overtime game won by the Thunder. After the game, Embiid and Westbrook traded some seriously harsh comments, and by their next game, which was on a Sunday, it was clear there was a lot of tension between these two. The feud was clear in that game on Sunday, January 19th, 2018. Embiid dunked on Westbrook, holding his stare long enough to send a clear message while Westbrook lay on the ground. Westbrook didn't take it lightly, and when he got his revenge shot, he glared at Embiid, who was now on the bench. After the Thunder won, Westbrook waved Embiid off the court in a way that felt personal. It was more than just a wave, it was a statement. But it didn't end there. Embiid later made some comments against his rivals that same night. Things escalated in 2019 when Embiid delivered a hard foul on Westbrook. Embiid lay on the floor briefly before rising up immediately to launch at Westbrook, but was restrained by his teammate. But it didn't end like that. Westbrook later returned the favor by making a foul on Embiid on a three-point attempt in another game. Then Embiid waved to show him how personal this was. When asked in an interview whether he and Embiid were cool, Westbrook's answer was a firm no. And Embiid, when told about Westbrook's comments, brushed it off, saying something like Westbrook was always in his feelings. And that was it. These two players continually showed hard feelings towards each other. Sometimes their rivalry takes over the game. There have been times when the focus shifts from team play to their personal battles. Coaches have had to step in to keep them focused on the bigger picture. Embiid knows how to use social media to keep the rivalry alive. After one of their clashes, he shared a picture of his dunk with a crown emoji. That one post spoke volumes. Westbrook doesn't engage much online, but his post-game comments often do the same job. Will Embiid and Westbrook's feud ever cool off, or will it define their careers? Let us know what you think. Kevin Durant and Dwight Howard. The rivalry between Kevin Durant and Dwight Howard is one of the most undercover hates between NBA players. It's more than just their play on the court, it's about two huge personalities, each with their own ego. This rivalry goes deeper than basketball. From the moment Durant and Howard met, it was clear this wasn't just another NBA rivalry. It was personal. Back in 2013, at the NBA All-Star Weekend, was when things first really kicked off. Dwight, always the outspoken player, said he was going to be the best in the NBA. Durant, already a rising star, didn't take that lightly. Durant had already led the Oklahoma City Thunder deep into the playoffs, and he wasn't about to let Dwight talk like that without throwing some subtle shots his way. This wasn't a one-time thing. In a game in 2014, Durant was caught on camera talking trash about Howard from the sideline. It was a game between the Thunder and the Rockets, and Kevin Durant had to sit out the game because of a foot injury. But that didn't stop him from releasing some verbal assaults against Howard. It was surprising because Durant was always calm and professional, but whatever made him lash out like that must have been personal. Back in 2016, when Durant joined the Warriors, Howard openly called the move weak, saying Durant was taking the easy route. Many fans thought the same also. Durant didn't hold back. He shot back at Howard, saying he didn't know what it took to win. It wasn't just an argument, it felt like a clash of two players dealing with the weight of their reputations. Durant was defending his decision, while Howard seemed frustrated about being seen as someone who couldn't lead a team to victory. The games between Durant and Howard had some unforgettable moments. One time, Howard dunked over Durant in a game in Houston, February 3, 2017, at the Toyota Center. The look he gave Durant afterward spoke volumes. It was a message. But Durant wasn't the type to back down. In another matchup, March 14, 2018, at Oracle Arena in Oakland, Durant had a breakaway dunk that seemed directed at Howard. These moments weren't about stats, they were about showing who had the upper hand. Then came the 2024 matchup between the Phoenix Suns and LA Lakers. That game reignited their rivalry. Durant, feeling agitated by Howard's presence on the sidelines, spoke harshly about Howard's past with the Orlando Magic. Despite all of Dwight's individual honors, it was clear he was pointing out Howard was more known for his what-ifs than for actually winning a championship. Howard, of course, didn't just sit back and take it. He shot back on X, calling out Durant's time with the Golden State Warriors, a team already stacked with talent before Durant joined them. Some fans point to the difference between these two players, saying that Durant is already a made player, while Howard looks like a player that didn't meet up with his full potential. But they are forgetting something. Now Durant may have the titles, but Howard still has that fire in him. As long as these two are on the same court, that rivalry won't go away anytime soon. LeBron James and Ja Morant. What happens when basketball's biggest veteran faces one of its boldest new stars? That's the energy between LeBron James and Ja Morant. LeBron has been the standard for years, while Ja is determined to prove he's ready to lead the future. LeBron James and Ja Morant don't have your usual mentor and student dynamic. There's serious tension between them. LeBron is a legend, while Morant is a fearless young star, eager to prove himself. Their matchups are always full of tension and feel personal. One memorable moment came when LeBron scored over Morant and made the too small gesture. It was classic LeBron, calm, confident, and deliberate. But Morant answered right back, driving to the hoop and scoring with a move that screamed, "I'm here too." This was quite a bold confrontation for Morant. But one game stands out. February 12, 2021. Ja scored 22 points and 10 assists against the LA Lakers in a performance that made everyone take notice. LeBron, however, reminded everyone why he's still the king with a strong performance of his own. Afterwards, his post, quote, "The throne stays with me," sent a clear message. Then, in March 2023, LeBron blocked Ja in a way that seemed personal. Their exchange afterwards showed the tension between them. LeBron has said there was no beef between them. But Morant hasn't been shy about his feelings, saying things like, "I don't like the Lakers." This isn't just trash talk, it's a declaration not just on the Lakers, but on LeBron. So even though this might not look like a beef to LeBron, it is to Morant. He even showed this in a session when he was asked who he wanted to dunk on, and he blurted out, "LeBron." On the other hand, this is obviously LeBron saying Morant is too small to have a feud with him. For Morant, it's about proving he belongs with the elite. Sports analysts often say rivalries like these are what keep the NBA exciting. For LeBron, it's about staying at the top. What do you think about this rivalry? Does it seem unbalanced to you? So there you have it, with NBA players that hate each other. And if you feel there is some cool rivalry story we missed, let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more untold stories and behind-the-scenes drama. See you next time.